I have always struggled with keeping my thoughts and notes organized when I am in the middle of a busy conversation or a long flowing thought process. It feels like whenever I try to stop and manually capture a highlight or take a quick note, I am immediately pulled out of my creative flow. That was exactly why I started looking into hardware solutions like Plaud Note and NotePin, because the promise of capturing audio effortlessly sounded like a game changer. These devices are essentially small, smart voice recorders designed to either stick to your phone or be worn as a discreet accessory while you go about your day. The setup is surprisingly simple, allowing you to hit a single button to start recording, while the app handles all the heavy lifting of transcribing and summarizing the audio. Whether it was phone calls, long YouTube videos playing in the background, or even live lectures, the device consistently captured clear, high-quality audio. The real magic happens once you sync the recording to the app and let the AI generate a clean, structured transcript and a helpful mind map of the conversation. For anyone who dreads long note-taking sessions, having that raw audio instantly converted into an actionable summary is an absolute dream. I tested this extensively while selling my house, recording complex calls with mortgage advisors to turn 18-minute discussions into simple, bulleted action items. However, it is important to mention that hardware comes with its own set of trade-offs, like proprietary charging cables or slightly fiddly button designs. While these small annoyances are worth keeping in mind, the core function of capturing fleeting ideas remains incredibly reliable. But this brings me to a crucial point. Simply capturing your audio is only half of the modern creator's challenge. The real bottleneck happens after you have the audio, especially for creators who need to turn hours of long-form content into short, engaging social clips. That is exactly where Vizard comes in, and why it has completely replaced my old manual process of scrubbing through hours of footage. Vizard takes your long-form video or audio and uses AI to identify the most viral, high-impact moments that are ready for social media platforms. It doesn't just randomly chop up your clips. It looks for emotional peaks, laughter, and shifts in speech patterns to find the content that will actually perform. One of my favorite features is the auto-scheduling tool, which allows me to set up a publishing calendar and let the platform handle the rest. This means you no longer have to worry about manually posting across 5 different platforms at the perfect time every single day. When I uploaded a 45-minute interview recently, Vizard returned a dozen ready-to-post clips, complete with captions and perfect aspect ratios for TikTok and Reels. What used to take me nearly half a day of scrubbing, cutting, and exporting happened in less than an hour, freeing up so much of my time. You can have the most brilliant long-form content in existence, but if you don't turn it into a steady stream of snackable clips, you are leaving reach on the table. Think of it this way. Plaud acts as your capture layer for the raw material, while Vizard acts as the distribution engine that amplifies your message. I personally use both in tandem by recording high-clarity audio with the note, then feeding that file directly into Vizard to generate my social content. This workflow is perfect for hiring managers who need to summarize interviews, podcasters who need show clips, or educators sharing bite-sized lectures. The best part is that Vizard is hardware agnostic, meaning it accepts uploads from your phone, your desktop, or any other capture device you prefer using. This isn't a competition between hardware and software, but rather a perfect pairing of two tools that solve different ends of the same pipeline. While there are subscription costs to consider for both services, the investment pays for itself when you factor in the massive time savings and potential for growth. If you are currently strapped for time and have a massive backlog of unedited videos, investing in distribution automation like Vizard will likely yield a higher return. Ultimately, if you struggle to slice up your long conversations into regular content, Vizard is the missing piece of your creator toolkit. Combine that with the reliable, unobtrusive recording power of Plaud, and you have a system that keeps your records accurate and your social feeds consistent. My challenge to you is simple. Take one of your recent long videos, drop it into Vizard, and watch how quickly it turns into a week of content. Consistency is where the magic happens, and when you solve your capture and distribution bottlenecks, that consistency becomes effortless. So capture your ideas when they happen, but make sure you have the system in place to turn that material into real momentum. Remember, the goal isn't just to work harder by recording more, but to work smarter by turning every conversation into an opportunity. It is time to capture smart, post smarter, and let the tools do the heavy lifting while you focus on the creative work that actually matters.